Good evening, everyone. This is Melissa, the Stamp Doc, and tonight, as promised, I am going to show you the cards from my Fun Folds class for July. I had originally anticipated doing this class for July and August, but my kit sold out before before the end of July. So I'll tell you what, if this is a class that you would like to purchase, then I will go ahead and continue making that available through August. I will have to order some additional supplies, so it will be about 2 to 3 weeks for shipping on that. But if you are interested, just message me either through email, my blog, or through Facebook, and I will set one aside for you. But I'll try to continue offering those at least the first 2 weeks of August also. So along with your kit, you will get a 3-page PDF, and this includes full color pictures of the cards, as well as all of the supplies that I used on these cards. And then for each card, you'll have an individual picture and then all of the measurements that you need for the cards. So tonight is really me just showing you how to put those together. The basic card kit comes with enough supplies that you have enough to make 2 each of the 4 cards, so 8 cards total. Now, in addition to the paper that I send you that's already pre-cut, scored, ready to go, you'll also need a stamp set that has some greetings. And for mine, I use this Happiest of Birthdays stamp set. This one is new in the annual catalog, but again, you could use any stamp set that you wanted. I just like this one because it had some great big bold greetings, and of course you could use a variety of stamp sets, you know, not just stick with one, but I wanted to make it something easy so even someone that was brand new could do that. And then the die set that I use for my focal points is the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and I've used these a lot. These were from the January through June mini catalog, so you've seen me use these on a lot of projects, and I just love that they fit so many of our sentiments. So I think these two are great for that, but again, you can use whatever you have on hand. And then to accessorize, I use the Flowers for Every Season ribbon. I didn't use the white. You can see I still haven't even opened that one, but I did use the twine. It's got the Misty Moonlight and then just a little bit of white and silver in that. And then there's a Just Jade gingham that goes along with that too. So I use those on some of my cards. And then I also use some of the In Color enamel dots. I like to use these enamel dots quite a bit, so you see me use those on many projects. And as you can see, I've already used quite a few of them. So I think those are just very versatile as well. And then the only other things were the In Color ink pads. So if you've already gotten those or stocked up on those, then you're good to go. All of the In Colors coordinate with this, but if you don't have those yet, you know, feel free to stamp your focal point with basic black if you would like to. So when you get one of my card kits, I actually take all of the pieces and everything is already pre-cut for you. Normally you're going to want a bone folder and some adhesive. So I'm just gonna go on those score lines. So like I said, there's very little thinking that you have to do for the base part of this card. But for this one, you need these 2 pieces. And then all we're going to do, I'm going to use some of the new Stampin' Seal. And I feel like sometimes I'm getting the hang of this, and then other times I feel like I still struggle with it a little bit. So we'll see how it goes tonight while you're watching me. But I'm gonna go ahead and take this piece here. It's almost like when it works great, it works so good. And then when it doesn't work good for me, I have a really hard time. So all of these pieces, like I said, these come pre-cut, and you'll have enough supplies to make 2 of these cards. All right, so I'm going to put that on that side. And then this one, and again, since you have the PDF, you are going to be able to use these card styles on anything else that you're making. So this one just goes right here on that side. You're going to adhere that down. And then the stripe piece goes over here. And so I'm using, like I said, in color cardstock and the Flowers for Every Season Designer Series paper. Now I include a white piece of cardstock for each card, as well as extra cardstock so that you can complete the card. But this is what your base card is going to look like, and then it's really up to you to do the embellishments. So let me show you my finished card, and this is what that looks like. And so you can see I used that Stitch So Sweetly dies. I actually cut it twice. I cut it in white and in the bumblebee color, and then just trimmed off along the stitched edge of the white. And I stamped the greeting in cinnamon cider, added a few of the Just Jade enamel dots, and then adhered a little gingham bow to that. So this just fits onto that panel, and then when it opens up it looks just like this, and you can place your greeting on the inside. So it's just a really fun, interesting card, and not just your traditional open and shut card. Okay, so the next one is another favorite of mine, and this one has a bumblebee base. So I've seen this one called a joy fold, but it's kind of one of my go-tos for a fun fold. It's just very easy to do. So again, you will get all of these measurements in that PDF, and I will be making that PDF available to my newsletter subscribers. So if you are on my newsletter list, that will be going out within the next week. So you'll definitely want to make sure you get that. If you're watching this on a replay and didn't have time to get on my list, or you got on my list and you didn't get it, just give me a quick message and let me know. So it's pretty easy to see where they get pieced together by looking at the pictures, and then, like I said, all of the paper is going to fit perfectly. So what you'll notice I did there with my Stampin' Steel, if that does get caught, just kind of give it a little pull there, and that will advance it for you. And like I said, it seems to work great, but it's got a wonderful, wonderful hold to it. All right, so I'm going to put that on there. And then for this, I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on this edge here. I'm going to put like 2 strips. Okay, and I'm going to center that on here. You don't want to put it across the whole thing or your card won't open correctly. All right, so let me show you the final embellished card. So here you can see that I tied some of the twine around there a couple of times. I did that same technique on the focal point here, where I cut the Whisper White and the Misty Moonlight from the Stitch So Sweetly dies and just trimmed around the edge of the white. And then I added a bunch of the little enamel dots to that. So it opens just like so. Okay, so I love that one. I love the bright colors on that one, and it's just kind of a fun card to do. All right, so my next one is actually a Christmas card. So if you don't want to do it as a Christmassy, you could, or if you do want to do it as a Christmas instead of a birthday card, you can do that. But I've got a lot of December birthdays, so sometimes it's good to get a little bit of both of those. So this is a gatefold card. So both of those fold in, and then we're going to put panels on each side. So I'm going to adhere these, and the only color that I'm using that is not an in color is Poppy Parade, and that goes really well with this paper. And I just love the way the Just Jade and that Poppy Parade really pop together. Not that I'm ready for Christmas yet. Still haven't gotten very many Christmas projects done, and it is time as a demonstrator to be doing that. So there we go. I was planning on stamping yesterday, but my oven actually tried to kill me. We'd gotten home from work and started fixing dinner, and the oven kicked itself into a self-cleaning mode on its own. So we shut it off and thought everything was good. We turned the breaker back on after a couple of hours, and about half an hour after we had turned it back on, it went ahead and it locked the door and did the self-cleaning cycle again. And it did that without anybody even in the room. So I said that that was the last night I was going to sleep with that appliance in my house. And so we went and bought a new oven today. Always fun. I was just thankful they were in stock, especially when you keep hearing about all these appliance shortages. But anyway, that's part of the reason why I didn't even go face forward in this video today, because between wearing a mask all week at work and breathing in all of those fumes last night at my house, I'm pretty sure the dark circles under my eyes would scare you guys quite a bit. So on this one, I'm going to adhere it over on this side. So I'm just going to put some, I guess it really doesn't matter, they look the same. If you've got your focal point on there, that would make a difference. So we're going to put this over here, and that just holds that closed, so kind of makes it fun. And like I said, it would be really cute to do just a Christmas greeting on this one. So this is my finished card. And I did the It's Your Day in the Just Jade, added some of the gingham ribbon, and did the Poppy Parade and Whisper White die cut on there. And if you don't have the die cut, or you don't have a die cutting machine, feel free to add a punch element to that instead. So you really can do whatever you like, or you could even stamp on that directly if you wanted to, using like a dark black, or you could even emboss on that. So you just use your imagination to get your cards to look the way you want them to. Okay, so the final one, I'm not really even sure what to call it, but it's like a triangle trifold. And I want to show you how I cut this so that you know how it's done. So this would be, use your imagination, this would be an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock. And I scored it in half this way and this way. And then it's very difficult to get this into any of your paper trimmers that are 12-inch paper trimmers. So I actually used a ruler and a, a rotary cutter to cut these, to get that diagonal. But you're just going from one corner to the other and passing through that center point there to get this card base. So once you've folded that together, let's see, I've got one here, I already folded. It's going to look like this. So it's another like trifold card, but it's got that nice little angle to it. Now, when you have your designer series paper, you're also going to want to take a 4-inch by 5.25-inch piece of designer series paper. So I would use this pattern and this pattern, and you want to cut those on the same angle. And that way you can do it this way, and you can actually reverse it and do it the other way as well. I made sure that in your class packets that I did reverse one of these for you, so make sure that it's going the right direction. Okay, so we're just going to adhere those. And the class kits, just in case you were wondering, they are $30. That includes all the supplies to make 8 of these cards and priority mail shipping. So if you are local and just want to pick one up, it's $23. So again, just message me if you're interested. I've got enough to probably put together 2 more kits quickly, and then I would have to order more supplies to put a few more of these together. All right, did we stick here? Oh, we stuck again. All right, there we go. I do find that I can kind of turn on the edges and do that pretty easily. All right, we're gonna line that one up. Okay, and then let me show you my finished card. So you can see this would be the opposite of that one. but they still work just the same. And then you open it up and it looks like this. Okay, so let me close that up. And there we go. Little twine on there, a couple of the enamel dots, and just a really fun little card. Okay, so when you get done with all of these projects, you are going to have 8 cards total. So a lot of my customers, when I was doing in-person classes, one of my most popular classes is always a Stamp-A-Stack, where you would make 2 cards of each different design. And a lot of my customers, they would keep one for themselves just so that they would have something to refer back to and a sample on hand. And then they felt comfortable sending out the other one, so they had that too. So again, if you have any questions about these, please let me know. But I will try to put together a few more kits for August, just asking you to message me if you are interested in one. I'll need to get those requests in probably by August 7th if possible. And then I will try to get those out by the 2nd or 3rd week of August. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy these projects.